Hey, when was the last time you had some guests over? Were you worried about not having enough coffee, tea, milk, sugar? Well, in today's episode, I will share with you why I'm not so much bothered with having enough milk or coffee in my house. More about that right after the intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 108. Cha-ching. Yeah. Well, do you think about the last time you had some guests over? Well, today's episode, as I said, I'll share with you why I don't really keep those in my house. First, for the obvious reason. I don't really drink coffee. I don't really use sugar in anything. I also don't drink milk for the past year, but that's for another episode why I'm not doing that. But I just don't consume this stuff. That's why I don't have them in my home. So I know, up till now, it makes sense, I know. But right now, why don't I do that for guests? There are guests that like coffee and they like all the other stuff. You see, this is still, and I'm pushing it every episode to emphasize, this is still the no routine series. And what does it stand for? It stands for cutting off the not so much important stuff to make room, to make space for the stuff that are really important for us. So you might be asking what I'm talking about here. I want to be there for my guests, my friends, my colleagues, whoever that come visits. I want to give them what, in my opinion, is the greatest gifts of all, the gift of our attention. As the quote goes, give whatever you are doing and whoever you are with the gift of your attention. So if I have a friend coming and I didn't see them for a year or so, or pretty long time, I'd rather think about previous meetings that we had. I'd rather read the last messages that he sent me. I'd rather put the energy reading his last email, looking up for his job, his workplace. I want to be there with him 100% fully. That's the thing. But why do I say that? Because when I'm too worried about him having his favorite coffee or him being too much bothered like 2 hours before he arrives, whether he has the small things that he likes, it's the same energy. Our energy is finite. You see, this is sort of what I'm urging you to think about. Just think about. I'm not judging. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts. Our energy are finite. If I think more about the coffee and milk, I will think less about the other stuff. It's a game of priorities. I'd rather put my energy and my focus and my attention to be with them 100% when they are there. When they come to my place, I want to be with them. And by the way, if they want to come just for the coffee, I might don't want to have them there. But you know what? Let's twist it. Let's say I'm the guest. I want to show you. I want to just demonstrate that I truly believe what I'm saying if I'm the guest. For example, I don't drink the coffee, I don't eat the cookies, etc. But if I'm invited to your place or some friends of mine, it would be nice if they would have my favorite fruits there. Yeah, like if you're inviting me, these are raspberries, strawberries, kiwi, mango, probably a banana there. Kiwi? Did I say kiwi? Either way, these are my favorite fruits. I'll be delighted if you will get these fruits for me. But I will be much more delighted that you will give me your full attention and won't be bothered too much with getting this stuff for me. Because I came to see you. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to socialize with you. I want to see what's up with you. At least this is what I'm doing when I'm visiting my friends. So these are the things that I want you to think about. Me, I want you to think about me. My struggles, my challenges, my projects. So you can ask me about me and I can ask you about you, and we can have a real conversation without you bothering too much. Having the coffee, the fruits, the whatever. Now, I know some of you might say, but I want people to feel like at home when they come to me. I want them to feel nice, because if they feel nice, I feel nice. If they feel great, I feel great. I'm there with you. Of course I can relate. I want them to feel nice as well. People like to be listened to. People like to get the full attention. But it would be nice if you want to get the one they want, their favorite fruit, their favorite coffee. Do that. Make them feel like at home. But do you really? Do you really want them to feel like at home? If that's the case, I go a little bit blunt here, but if that's the case, give them a key. If you want them, I'm serious here. If you want them to feel like at home, give them a key. So they can, you know what? We all have these kind of friends that they really feel like at home. So they don't even knock on the door, right? They just come in. Sometimes they have the key, right? Sometimes they know us good enough to know what we have and don't have in our fridge. So they do the shopping as well. If they want their coffee, they will get their coffee and they will get it inside our home, right? This is if you really stand behind your words and you say you want them to feel like home, give them a key. Let them feel like they can open all the drawers in your house. This is feeling at home. So maybe you're saying that and you mean that you want them to feel comfortable. Make them feel comfortable. But I urge you, I push you to just raise the level of awareness and understand that our energy is finite. The more you think about the stuff that you would like them to have in your place to make them feel good, the less you will think about their attention and about them as human beings. This is my message for you for the day. This is my personal reason why I don't really bother too much to have the coffee and milk and all these kinds of things for my guests, and cookies. There are people, I know, good friends of mine, also my parents, they keep cookies in their house just for guests. I don't want to keep these cookies there. I know I'm 100% selfish, because if the cookies are there, I might eat them. I might be tempted to eat them. There's the car. Since it's raining, we cannot be on the rain. And we need the light. So as I said to you, also my parents have cookies in their house just for guests. I don't want that, because I might eat the cookies. It can be pretty tempting. The other stuff I don't really use, the sugar, the coffee. Maybe if a person comes, maybe I buy that specially for them. But I'm not too much worried about that, because this is not my first priority. This is what I wanted to share with you today. Pretty controversial, pretty unusual, but that's the truth, at least my truth. So back to you. We're really out of time, so back to you. Next time, imagine the next time that you will have guests. Don't wait for the next time. Imagine the next time that you have guests. Now, think about them as people. what would they prefer best? You giving them 100% of your attention? And in order to do that, you might want to think about the last times that you saw them and the last messages that they sent you, and a little bit think about them. Put some attention there, or would they be bothered having their favorite kind of coffee? Just ask yourself this question. Ask it right now, because you already imagined yourself having your guests maybe in a few hours. So do this till tomorrow. Do this today. And of course, have an amazing day one.